1 to 3 babies in the pouch at a time. Now we're going to see if Nico will give us a little flying demonstration. Are you ready? Here we go, Nico. Come on, Nico. Come on, Nico. He's got to think about it sometimes. Come on, you can do this. Here he goes. Woo! Let's give Nico and Jamaica a big hand. All right. You come back up after the show and we'll get your picture with the baby kangaroo, okay? Thank you. Australia is home to 7 out of 10 of the world's most deadliest snakes. However, we've chosen something a little less dangerous. The Australian bearded dragon is a popular pet in the United States as well. They're known for their docile behavior. Both the males and females have a spiked dewlap that expands and turns black when they're ready to fight. Now you might see a bearded dragon bobbing his head up and down like he's listening to an iPod. Really, he's telling another male to back off. Or he might be asking a lady dragon out on a date. They can also wave one arm in a circle like he's saying good day. This just means he doesn't want to fight over food or a mate. Bearded dragons like Kimba eat insects, plants, and small rodents. They've even been known to predict the weather. According to the Aborigines, if a bearded dragon sits up and points his head to the sky, it'll rain the next day. These predictions have proven surprisingly accurate. Now back to my favorites. The smaller of the species are the wallabies. They only get to be about 3 foot tall and weigh around 50 pounds. We brought a very special wallaby today. Tundra. Tundra is an albino wallaby. It's about a year old. They're extremely rare in the wild. Only about 1 in 10,000 are born. They have a hard time surviving because they don't have the coloring needed to hide from predators. But during the winter, he blends right in at our ranch in Colorado. Now, as you can see, all the babies are in pouches. Kangaroos are all known as marsupials, which means pouched animal. These animals raise their babies in pouches, but only the female has the pouch. The pouch is very muscular, which keeps the babies, known as joeys, from falling out when the mother's running. She can also release it when it's time for the joey to give her a break. But it's what goes on inside the pouch makes these animals even more fascinating. Roos breed year-round, but if conditions aren't right, a mother can hold off the birth of her joey for up to 2 years. This is called embryonic diapause. During times of drought, this adaptation helps the mob survive. And normally the babies are born after about 34 days. They're no bigger than a jelly bean like this. Fully formed, hairless, and blind, they use their sharp claws to make their way up through the thick fur on the outside of the mother's tummy and into the pouch. This journey usually takes about 2 to 3 minutes. Snug and secure in the pouch, they will complete their development. And when the mother's younger, she'll have mostly female joeys, as they'll stay with the mom throughout her life, and she'll teach them to be good moms. As she gets older, she'll have mostly male joeys, as they go off on their own. Most joeys leave the pouch around 6 to 8 months. However, they'll stay with the mom for 12 to 18 months, so she makes 2 different kinds of milk. A low-fat milk for her newborn, and another kind of milk for her joey at foot to come back and have a snack. Our last little critter is Taz. He's a 2-year-old dingo. They're the oldest, most primitive breed of wild dog left on the planet. The males can get up to about 90 pounds, and the females only about half that size. Now, he has some characteristics that a domestic dog doesn't have. And if you take a picture of him at night, his eyes flash green instead of red, which means he has exceptional night vision for hunting. He can also climb trees and fit through very narrow spaces. And because he has an extra vertebrae in his neck, he can flip his head 360 degrees.
Wow.
All of these animals compete with the cattle that graze in Australia. Farmers consider kangaroos pests and may kill them to protect their livestock. It's estimated that only about half of the joeys will survive. During the late 1990s, these animals were hunted so heavily that the populations plummeted. Now the Australian government helps protect the ones that are endangered. They also no longer export any of their animals, so everyone you've met here today is captive born in the United States. The kangaroo, along with the emu, are on the Australian coat of arms. It's thought that these animals were chosen to symbolize a nation always moving forward, as neither animal can walk backwards. As Australia's cities continue to grow, native animals like kangaroos and wallabies are losing their habitats. They're living closer to cities where they're not welcome. We hope by meeting these beautiful creatures today, you've seen just how special they are. You can help protect them and many other species by not buying products made from exotic animal fur. Visit your local zoos and support wildlife conservation projects. Learn how you can help conserve all animals for our future generations to enjoy. We'd like to thank Alabama National Fair for inviting us here today, and your local Ford dealer for being a great sponsor. And thank you for joining us on our Walkabout Back and Beyond. On behalf of all of our Aussie friends, we hope you come back soon. Hooroo!
Thank you. Aww.